What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of the new Netflix original movie, America the Motion Picture. This film, of course, is directed by Matt Thompson. Now, before we begin, as always, if you like what you see on the channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like any of these videos, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below on any video that you watch, including this one. So, America the Motion Picture is a very interesting, kind of strange film to talk about because it's not very straightforward when it comes to a synopsis, but it's a film that it's from the creators of Frisky Dingo and, of course, Archer and C-Lab, which are, of course, Matt Thompson and Adam Reed. It's also produced and somewhat created by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and it's a movie that takes pretty much the whole entire time frame of the United States, the American Revolutionary characters, the historic characters, throws them into a blender with a lot of fictional characters, and allows them, like if you're playing with your own toys, like if you're a kid, to exist in the same time frame. So, for instance, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are best friends in this movie, and it allows them to basically fight alongside each other and fight against Benedict Arnold and King James, and it's very much a movie that is not only America in its own right, but is also a movie that is very much an Adult Swim type movie, so you kind of know where this movie is going. And with that said, this movie also has an amazing voice cast. It has, of course, Channing Tatum, Will Forte, Olivia Munn. It has Jason Mustakas. It has Bobby Moynihan. It has Raoul Trujillo. It has Simon Pegg, Judy Greer, Andy Samberg, who voices Benedict Arnold, who is a very British person in this movie. And the movie is just stacked with people, and on top of that, it's stacked with just weird, strange, kind of over-the-top references, and the way the characters are portrayed in this movie is just a very strange kind of thing to talk about. It doesn't adhere to logic and reasoning. It doesn't adhere to what we read in the books. It allows these individuals to play with toys and to throw in their own toys and figures and stuff like that. And in the long run, I don't know how I feel about this movie. This movie is a strange bedfellow of a movie because it's a movie that I was really looking forward to and really excited for. I love the creators. I love Archer, all that good stuff. And I had a hard time with this movie. This movie's going to find its audience. It's going to find its niche. It's going to find the people that really love that Adult Swim humor, which I love some of it. I don't like a lot of it. But it's going to be one of those movies where it's going to find people. But for the most part of the audience, there's going to be a lot of people that don't like this movie. And I totally get why. Because it's a very strange, very weird journey that you go on that starts throwing stuff at the wall to see if it sticks. And sometimes it does. There are some funny parts in this movie. But when you have all these characters kind of thrown into the same universe as one another, and you have them doing these very strange, very over-the-top, silly, violent things and, sexual type things, you have a lot of characters just kind of playing off one another, and they don't seem to work very well together. It just makes it weird to me, and they're throwing in a lot of modern day references as well as old school references, and I don't know. I was really kind of thrown off by how much I was just kind of baffled by what I was watching. It's not a terrible film. It's a film that is maybe if I watch it 100 more times, I might officially enjoy. But I don't know. I think it was a movie that had a lot of potential, had a lot of interesting concepts that the creators were coming up with. But I think this is once again one of those types of films that was allowed to be greenlit by Netflix because they knew who created. They knew Phil Lord and Chris Miller were going to be brought on board. They may have loved Archer and stuff like that, so they felt that they would create something funny and unique. And it's definitely unique. It definitely has a lot to say about today's society, about the history of America, and how we've kind of been on the same path for the last several hundred years and stuff like that. It seems like nothing changes, and there are parts in this movie where you'll understand why. But there are some things in here that are very non-PC, which will upset a lot of people. And I'm not necessarily against non-PC stuff, but when you have sentient tennis balls and you have the characters that King James and Benedict Arnold are, and you have just everything, they're literally throwing in the kitchen sink in this movie. And I know I'm kind of going different directions with this review, but it's like one of those movies where you go in, you're really excited for it, and then you come out and you go, huh. You go look at your friend, you're like, was that funny? Did I enjoy this movie? And in the end, I think it's not for me. I really do. I don't think this movie was a movie I was expecting to be as not great as it was. And in the end, when you see how these characters portray themselves, how they play out, how this movie tries to be very much a PC but non-PC movie, as well as having the characters who they are. Like I said, the characters that are being voiced by these actors, they're doing a good job. They're having fun, but in the end, I didn't like this movie. I really didn't. It's really what it comes down to is maybe I just really wasn't a movie for me. So, but there you go. That'll be my take on America the Motion Picture. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, if you see this movie, tell me what you think of this movie. I actually want to know your official opinion. Do you think it's too weird? Do you think it's amazing? All that good stuff. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like these videos, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.